Greetings from the Mind Your Business family to your family, wishing peace, prosperity, and power to all. And before we get into today's big news, let's start with a little crypto comedy, because money talk doesn't have to be boring, right? If I had invested $1,000 into Bitcoin today, I would have. No idea how it worked. Bada bing. I have a joke on Bitcoin, but it requires so much energy to get it out my mind. Bada bing. Now that we're warmed up, today's episode is a big one. Because JP Morgan Chase, yes, the largest bank in the United States, has just announced they will now accept Bitcoin as collateral. Let that sink in. The same traditional banking giant that once dismissed Bitcoin as a fraud is now literally taking it as a financial guarantee. Family, that's not just news. That's financial evolution happening in real time. Let's break it all down. Before we talk about Bitcoin's new seat at the big table, let's take a step back. What is collateral? Collateral is something of value that you pledge to a lender to secure a loan. It's your "I'm good for it" guarantee. If you don't pay back what you owe, the lender keeps the collateral. Historically, we've had a few main types of collateral. Silver, used in trade for thousands of years. Gold, the king of store of value for 5,000 plus years. Land, a classic form of wealth and leverage. And in the modern world, your credit score acts as digital collateral in a sense. It determines your access to loans, interest rates, even job opportunities. Collateral is trust. It's how the financial world measures who can play and who can't. Let's look closer at the four traditional forms of collateral and why Bitcoin's arrival changes everything. 1. Silver. It's been used since ancient civilizations, from Roman coins to American currency before 1964. But silver tarnishes, it's bulky, and storage costs eat into its value. It's great industrially, but as collateral, it's outdated. 2. Gold. Now, gold has held up for millennia. It's scarce, doesn't corrode, and everyone recognizes its value. But gold's biggest problem? Physical limitations. You can't email gold. You can't store it cheaply. You can't move it fast. It's powerful, but slow. 3. Land. Real estate has built generational wealth. But land isn't liquid. You can't just sell half your backyard to pay a bill tomorrow. Plus, it's tied to government records, property taxes, and jurisdictional laws. 4. Credit score, the modern invention, a number that defines your financial worthiness. But it's flawed. It's based on past behavior, not future potential. And worse, it's exclusionary. Billions of people globally don't even have access to formal credit systems. That's where Bitcoin steps in. Now, let's talk about the big headline. Jamie Dimon, affectionately called Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, just announced that Bitcoin will now be accepted as collateral. Let that register. This isn't a small fintech startup or a crypto exchange. This is JP Morgan, one of the most powerful banks on planet Earth, managing over $4 trillion in assets. This means institutions, corporations, and even high-net-worth individuals can now use Bitcoin to secure loans, credit lines, or investment positions through the traditional banking system. And here's the significance. This bridges two financial worlds that have been separate for over a decade. 1. The legacy banking world built on centralized trust. 2. The crypto world built on decentralized code. When those two collide, the demand for Bitcoin goes global. Because now Bitcoin isn't just a speculative asset, it's becoming a foundational financial instrument. Here's why this move changes everything. 1. Bitcoin becomes institutional collateral. Banks can now lend against Bitcoin holdings. Hedge funds can use Bitcoin to leverage positions. Businesses can access liquidity without selling their Bitcoin. 2, it expands global demand. Bitcoin is borderless. It's not tied to any one country's economy. When the largest bank in the US legitimizes it, other global institutions will follow. Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Barclays, they all watch JP Morgan. 3, it strengthens the store of value narrative. Collateral must be reliable. By accepting Bitcoin, JP Morgan is publicly declaring that Bitcoin is reliable enough to back loans. That's monumental validation. 4, it creates a global collateral market. Bitcoin can now be pledged as collateral in any time zone, any language, any economy. That's never been possible with gold, silver, or land. Let's line them up side by side. Type portability, verifiability, divisibility, borderless programmable, maintenance, silver, poor, good low, no, no, high gold, poor, excellent low, no, no, high land, very poor, complex, none, no, no, high credit score, digital weak, trust-based, moderate limited, partial. Moderate Bitcoin, instant perfect, on-chain, extreme. Yes, yes, low Bitcoin wins across every metric that matters in the digital age. It's portable, move millions in minutes. Verifiable, blockchain doesn't lie. Divisible, each Bitcoin splits into 100 million satoshis. Borderless, valid anywhere, anytime. Programmable, this one's key. Programmability changes collateral forever. You can write smart contracts where Bitcoin automatically unlocks or locks depending on repayment conditions. No middlemen, no delays, no paperwork. That's Collateral 2.0. Now let's zoom out and look globally. When a major US bank legitimizes Bitcoin as collateral, the entire financial ecosystem reacts. International banks start creating similar frameworks to compete. Sovereign wealth funds begin allocating Bitcoin for strategic reserves. Developing nations see Bitcoin as a tool to access credit without depending on foreign currency. Remember, Bitcoin is neutral money. It doesn't care about borders, politics, or inflation rates. So when JP Morgan opens the collateral door, it's not just for American institutions, it's for the global economy. And the more Bitcoin is locked up as collateral, the scarcer the available supply becomes. Scarcity equals value. Demand goes up, and price follows. At the end of the day, collateral is about trust. For thousands of years, we trusted shiny metals. Then we trusted land deeds, then credit scores. Now, humanity is learning to trust math, trust code. Bitcoin doesn't require permission. It doesn't need a rating agency. It doesn't lie, it doesn't inflate, and it doesn't discriminate. That's why this JP Morgan announcement isn't just about finance. It's about the evolution of human trust itself. So family, what does this all mean? It means the old financial system just blinked, and Bitcoin won another round. The banks that once laughed at crypto are now quietly preparing to rebuild around it. Bitcoin is not just an asset anymore. It's becoming the collateral standard of the digital age. So the next time someone says Bitcoin isn't real, remind them that JP Morgan just accepted it as a guarantee for real money loans. That's about as real as it gets. If you learned something today, show some love. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone still sleeping on digital assets. Purchase channel token MYB on pump.fun. Support our channel sponsor by picking up some chic crypto merch at 21milclub.store. Until next time, stay sovereign, stay aware, and always mind your bitness.